Hey guys, welcome back to Kuma Style Reviews. What we're taking a look at is Hot Toys' Groot. This is a 1/6 scale figure. You can see him next to Rocket as well as Thor. All three of these are the Infinity War versions. Actually, Rocket is the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 deluxe version, but it's the same outfit and whatnot that he wears in Infinity War, and the only difference between this toy and that toy, this one actually has an additional face, and they change out weapons. He has more of a long blaster rifle style one, and this he has the big Gatling gun. So, taking a look at the sizes, I love that they keep things so nicely in scale. He is about 6 1/4 Team Groot, and it surprised me just how big it was. He is approximately 11.5 inches tall, and of course, Mr. Hemsworth, Thor, is about 12.5 inches tall, so really good scale in there, and that knocks out our comparisons at least. Okay, and we already went ahead and gave him a measurement. He's 11.5 inches tall, approximately. Looking at his accessories here. Alright, Infinity War style stand. As well as, zoom out a little bit here. He's got an additional face, an open right hand, a trigger holding hand for his left. I've just got it attached to the gun, why not? As well as kind of the extended claw weapon type hand, also used in the movies. Additional pegs. They look like they could be either hand or elbow pegs. I'm not sure. Nope, they're definitely hand pegs. The elbow pegs are built into the elbows. They're definitely wrists. As well as that video game that he did not really want to stop playing at all during the movie. Alright. And now one thing, there's a little plastic container right here, and that is for these little twig type deals. Swirl is right. Oh, you can't see the bottom one. Right there as well. Those all come unattached to the figure, likely for breakage, and they just peg in. You just gotta find the right angle to peg them in at. They look really cool. Really nice details. Now let's take a look. Give them a roundabout here. The detailing on this thing is really nice. If it weren't for some of the visual gaps, like the shoulders in particular, seeing the hips, it really does look like a statue. Now going ahead and looking at the articulation. The head on the ball joint, so 360. Well, I just knock off the face, but it's actually nice that you see that. The ball joint right there. Back and forth. And the face just pegs on. Right there, there's a bit of distance between me and the camera. Alright, so the neck meets the clavicle. And these are pretty tight joints. Not scary tight, but definitely firm. Shoulders, take a look at the outward. Not a lot. That just popped off the ball joint. Now, it does have the ability to go up and down, but mine is really tight, so I personally don't want to mess too much with it. Might put a little bit of shock oil in there, not too much, but he can do a parallel. Again, kind of scary. Well, it's actually loosening up the more that I mess with it, so might just need some work. We'll see. That's a later thing. No bicep swivel. The swivel is actually here in the elbow. Instructions say 90 degrees, but it goes a little bit past 90. Actually, it might be 90. I know the shoulder or the arm kind of angles out. They don't go all the way. Well, they do. It's just this darn shoulder. So let's take a look on this side. Yeah, it's about 90 degrees. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright. Now, ball joint there. And you see the ball joint itself. 2 ball joints, so works around. Man, oh man. Now, When I had posted a one ad in one of the 1/6 groups that I'm in, I got a text immediately from a good friend who said, watch out for the joints, particularly the hip joints and stuff like that. But it seems like the joints in general on this figure, they are kind of tight. And like I said, not a scary tight, but, you know, I've seen reports of like the hips breaking and things like that. In fact, the seller who sold me this gave me a video of him running through and working the hips and the knees and stuff just to ensure that his was fine. But it is something to look out for. Probably should buy the re-release on this from Sideshow directly instead of even bothering with, you know, a secondhand buyer, unless you can get them to send you, you know, a similar video for your assurance. So there is a hip extension on here, but that's about what he does without it. Good outward swing though. Now both sides, it might be hard to see in here, drop down. So that's up. And they might have been down. Let's see. Because these don't move. They're a little bit flexible, but they don't actually have any kind of movement, ball joints, anything like that. All right. Knees, single joint, 90 degrees. Ankles, obviously ball jointed. They're what they are. Before we strike a pose with them, we'll just take a look at the alternate face. We already saw that the face just pegs in and out. And the fine detailing on this thing, man oh man, I cannot get over it. Over here, there are some growths. Some sprouts on the top of the head too. And I don't like this face as much. It's more of a neutral kinda. It reminds me more of the expression he had when he was Baby Groot. But I like the more, I guess, angry, angsty teenager face. Because I'll tell you what. One thing that really made me want this figure was at the beginning of Infinity War, when they tell him to put the video game down or put a seatbelt on or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head, but he was like, I am Groot. And they acted like he just said a swear word or something like that. We've all been there. We've all had that attitude and things, you know. So, oh, shoulders. All right. Standard pegs, Hot Toys. Now, get this hand out. Pack that one in. And again, 9 degrees is about the best it can do, which isn't bad. In fact, I can dual weld it. Huh? There we go. And this is just something a little bit more simplistic, showing that claw kind of configuration. Pretty neat stuff. And I love that these wide feet really give them good balance. It's good stuff. And to close this one out, Sin Indian style playing that goddamn video game. Anyway, this has been a review for Hot Toys' Groot. This is his appearance in the Infinity War and Endgame movies. Really, really, really fun toy. I should have known it was going to be around this size just for scale reasons, but it still took me off guard. It's a nice size, really poseable, just fun to play with piece. Joints are a little bit stiff, so I would definitely recommend using that shock oil, like a drop here and there where you see fit. But I absolutely recommend this one. Good looking, fun to play with. I truly enjoy this Groot. And I'm biased because I love this iteration of the character. Like, he was a standout. Him, Rocket, and Thor's interaction, probably my favorite part of Infinity War, period. But anyway, check out the full written breakdown and gallery on kumasao.com. Link will be in the description with these videos. As always, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time.